This is CNN 9.5. I'm Gloria Borger. That's not what I'm supposed to say. In Guatemala, a volcanic eruption has devastated most of the surrounding area, leaving much people injured. Volcán de Fuego is a 12,345-foot volcano in central Guatemala, which has recently erupted. The eruption has killed almost 100 people and left more than 150 missing spread throughout Guatemala.
On June 3, 2018, the Fuego volcano, nicknamed the Volcano of Fire in Guatemala, erupted, sending a mixture of hot gas, rock, and other materials racing down its slopes, engulfing the valley, which has killed 109 people so far, making this one of the deadliest eruptions the country has faced in decades. The reason for all this destruction is because of the late volcano alerts from the government that could have prevented the deaths of innocent lives. With around 200 people still missing and unaccounted for, many rescue efforts are being made, including places near the eruption zone, in hopes to save more people from being trapped or killed. However, efforts in the area are being halted due to dangerous weather. Hopefully improvements can be made to these alert systems in the near future to help people evacuate to dangerous areas safely, putting less lives at risk.
Tonight, the Volcano of Fire is living up to its name. Search crews are frantically trying to reach rural villages covered in ash. A policeman recorded this dramatic video as his car was engulfed. Located about 25 miles southwest of Guatemala City, El Volcán de Fuego is one of the most active volcanoes in Central America. Cameras capturing the eruption around noon Sunday, so powerful it was visible from space. Ash billowed 15,000 feet into the air and blanketing 3 towns. The charred landscape so hot it melted the shoes of rescuers. Some firefighters wept amid the destruction. In shelters, so many children. We covered ourselves in sheets because we were suffocating, this woman says. Unlike the continuous, slow-moving lava flows in Hawaii, the so-called pyroclastic flows in Guatemala are quick, chaotic avalanches, this group recording it on their phones before running for their lives. This is the deadliest eruption in Guatemala in more than a century. Tonight, communities are bracing for others as crews search for the missing. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News.
A new NHL team is being created in Seattle, Washington, and is expected to be active by 2021. Aside from the company that owns it and the manager, we know nothing more about this mysterious team. Although this ghost team is trying to stay cryptic, experts know what to expect from this team and what it will bring to our home city of Seattle.
In 2021, there's expected to be a new sports franchise playing in the new renovated Key Arena. There were talks between either an NBA team or an NHL team, and so far the NHL is more likely. The Oakview Group, which is the main group involved in bringing the NHL to Seattle, held a season ticket drive to see how many people would end up buying and to see if it was a good idea. The season tickets ended up selling out in 10 minutes with over 30,000 deposits and tons of people being put out on the waiting list. Also, this isn't the first time that Seattle has been involved in pro hockey, with the Seattle Metropolitans, a team back in 1917, even winning the Stanley Cup playoffs when hoisting the Stanley Cup, which is giving to the Stanley Cup playoff winner. Here at Snow King Ice, people are very hyped for this. What's your name?
Christopher Johnson.
Did you hear about the team coming to Seattle?
Yes.
Or is your family planning to get season tickets?
Yes.
So Las Vegas, they even got a team. They recently just got an NHL team, and their team made it all the way to the playoffs, finals too. How do you think that sets the bar for the Seattle team?
I think it sets it very high, but I don't think that Seattle's gonna be able to.
What's your favorite team right now?
The New Jersey Devils.
Do you think you're gonna switch favorite teams? No. Why not?
Because they've been my favorite team since I was little, and they're finally starting to get themselves together and get into a playoff spot.
So are
I don't want to be named as a bandwagon like some people.
Okay, are you planning to hit the ice?
Yes.
Okay, then go ahead.
E3 has happened in LA. E3 is a gaming exposition that attracts almost 70,000 people from around the world. At E3, game directors, company CEOs, and other high-end individuals present their latest games to the audience.
Whoa. This is Gloria Alderman speaking. Now, Lately at E3, we've had some interesting turn of events.
Please don't send me to Gulag.
So this weekend E3, many studios present their new and upcoming projects for both late 2018 and 19. One of the studios that presented on the very first day was Xbox and Bethesda. Microsoft funded these presentations in Los Angeles, California. The presentations given by Bethesda were introduced by the co-founder and CEO, Todd Howard. While releases were set on 2018, much further notices were released on sites for 2019 in the form of one major project known as Starfield, and to be heard of yet. The next few days will most likely be presented by the other companies that have installed pre-production products into E3 booths. Pre-production is very important for big companies that dominates major entertainment regions such as Sony or Nintendo, because this gives a chance to advertise their upcoming projects in a more efficient way. Unlike normal advertisements, the bigger companies use E3 as a platform to not spend any money by presenting their actual and in real-time projects right there at the convention, so people can experience the games in actuality and the expectations to be set.
You'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
It's Royale.
Extremely excited for everybody to play it when we launch on September 28th. Yeah, you can download and play the entire game right now for free.
So far, this E3 has been a blast, and we are excited to see what the other companies have to offer and are in store in these next few days. This is signing off. Gloria Alderman, back to you, George.
Kitty Hawk Flyer, founded by Google co-founder Larry Page and led by the Kitty Hawk CEO Sebastian Thrun, has caught the attention of many as it appears to be the future of transportation. The 250-pound flying machine, resembling a cross between a drone and a float plane, was tested Wednesday the 6th of June 2018 on a dock out 25 miles from downtown Las Vegas. The vehicle has 10 independent fans which helps it elevate 3 to 10 feet off the ground and travel up to 20 miles per hour. Thrun hopes to increase those maximum values in the near future by having the flyer elevate a lot farther off the ground and travel as fast as up to 100 miles per hour. The machine also operating fully on a lithium polymer battery for about 20 minutes, after which it requires recharge. It's a fully electric vehicle, far more eco-friendly than the cars and trucks we are using right now. Although Kitty Hawk has conducted over 1,500 test flights with its employees, CNN journalist Rachel Crane was the first civilian to get a test ride aboard the Kitty Hawk Flyer.
Okay, so this was definitely one of the crazier experiences of my career. But what is this thing, and why am I flying it? I'm at a secret facility in Lake Las Vegas, the training center for company Kitty Hawk.
The mission of Kitty Hawk is to get everybody to fly every day and eventually to get rid of traffic.
That's Kitty Hawk CEO Sebastian Thrun, and what he's basically describing as making the Jetsons' flying cars a reality.
Meet George Jetson!
Now, it's a long step from flyer to that, honestly. This is a recreational vehicle, but in the far distant future, I can see that maybe we take something similar like this and fly into New York and Manhattan.
Flyer is Kitty Hawk's first commercial vehicle. Todd Reichart is the company's lead engineer.
You basically have 12 moving parts.
Okay, what are those moving parts?
10 motors.
Right.
And 2 control sticks. And that's it.
Pretty simple.
While operating it may be simple, incorporating vehicles like this into our everyday commutes, that's going to be a whole lot more complicated. For now, Kitty Hawk's playing it safe. Their engineers wouldn't let me fly over land or faster than 6 miles per hour, and trust me, I wanted to. But Kitty Hawk says the vehicle is capable of going much faster.
Physically, I think it's very conceivable that a vehicle like this might go at some point 50, 60, maybe even 100 miles per hour.
Even with the conservative safety restrictions, I still had a blast. And I have to say, they made it pretty idiot-proof. To fly this thing, you don't need a pilot's license. And if you take your hands off the controls, it just hovers in place.
And this is transformational in terms of how accessible we can make flight.
But in order for it to be truly transformational, people have to be willing to fly them.
When most people think about flying cars, they're actually pretty scared and also very intrigued.
The number one most important thing other than safety for us is societal acceptance. Will people be willing to fly on these devices? live next to a device like this that flies in your neighborhood and so on.
But public acceptance is just one hurdle. Flyer's battery only lasts about 20 minutes, so for now, its applications are limited.
Kitty Hawk's mission is to eradicate traffic. You can't do that with a recreational vehicle.
We're on sort of a story arc from recreation to exploration to transportation, and we will have to evolve along the way.
That was awesome.
But the instruction session for how to fly takes about 90 minutes. Thrun hopes the training time will soon go down and take only about 5 minutes. Learning how to use the vehicle itself is not that difficult. The pilot can direct the flyer as they wish with the simple motion of an Atari SK joystick. It's as easy to use as playing Minecraft, Thrun said, but the safety briefing on what the pilots should do for each type of disaster situation is what takes time. The test flight itself had gone very well, after which Crane reported, "The joystick is so intuitive, but it's not the most comfortable thing I've ever sat in." Later commenting on the seat, she said, "You definitely feel the vibrations." And as for the future of this flyer, Thrun does plan on releasing it to the public, but the final prices have not been set yet. Nonetheless, the flyer is still available for pre-order. While the Kitty Hawk Flyer may not be exactly what we had in mind when we thought of a flying car, this new innovation may as well prove to be the first step in the right direction towards our future in personalized air transportation. Darshan Shankar, CNN, Las Vegas.
That's it for CNN 9.5. I'm Gloria Borga.
This is Gloria Alderman speaking.
Now, lately at E3, we've had some interesting turn of events.
And the only reason I stopped doing that and didn't stretched out to a 1 minute segment is because of my breast.
Oh, your breast pocket? Oh.
I thought it would fall out.
Right, your breast would fall out?
Yes. My breast.
Oh my god. I swear.
Sir, could you not? I'm Gloria Alderman and I'll kick your ass. This weekend at E3, many studios presented their new and upcoming projects for both. Why? I tripped up on my speech. I didn't have speech 100, Zach.